All right, here we go. Second part of the first page for the 1.5 notes. And it just says find the value, and it gives us I to a various power here. And so, as we learned in the last video, we're going to take the power, divide it by 4, and the remainder that's left over can help us out. And actually, I made a small mistake on that last video. I said that if you ended up with a remainder of 4, that it would be equal to just I, or sorry, to 1. And that's true, I suppose, but you wouldn't end up with a remainder of 4 if you're dividing that by 4. You'd end up with a remainder of 0, and really that is what would give you 1. So just a small point there. But I to the 29th. So if we take 29 and divide it by 4, and all we're really looking for right now is what the remainder is. So you're not actually taking 29 and dividing it by 4. It has nothing to do with this problem. We're just saying that, hey, there's 29 i's being multiplied together, and that every 4 of them is equal to 1. And so we can kind of get rid of them. And every 4 of them is equal to 1. And then how many are we going to have left over after we've gotten rid of those groups of 4? And so here we go. We're going to have 29 divided by 4, and that gives us 7, and 7 times 4 is 28, so remainder 1. That remainder is what we're actually looking for, because if there's 7 groups of 4 i's being multiplied together, then every 4 of them is just 1, and 1 times 1 times 1, 7 times is still just 1. We're left with remainder 1 though, so that is going to be I to the first power, which is just I, or the square root of -1. Okay, it's just I though. That is what I to, and maybe we should write that a little more formally. I to the 29th equals I, and is also equal to the square root of -1. Both those are pretty good there. Next, -2. And so what we've got here is same idea, but the negative exponent, remember what's going on with that? That is, it drops it down to the denominator. So one way to write this at first would be I to the -2 over 1. We normally don't write the over 1 because it's just assumed there. But if it's -2, that's going to drop down to the denominator. And so really this is 1 over I squared. Now what is I squared? That is -1. So this is 1 over -1, which is -1. -1's our answer here. And then lastly, I to the 230th. And oh, so big. We're going to do the exact same process we did with the first one. So we have I to the 230th, and so we're going to take, hey, what is 230 divided by 4? And let's see, 4 goes into 20. That goes in there 5 times. And it leaves us with 20. 3, bring down the 0. Goes in there 7 times. That's 28. And remainder of 2. So 57, remainder of 2. And remainder of 2 is going to be I squared, which is -1. All right, so I to the 230th is just a really complicated way of writing -1. All right, hope that helped.